We're going to be on our back first, with your feet resting on the edge of the chair. Just setting myself up over here. So we're going to lay down. You've got your feet resting on the chair. The arches of the feet are comfortable there. We're going to lay down with your head on the mat, arms long by the side of the body, kind of like in a little tabletop position with your legs in that setup. Arms are long. We're just going to start with a few of the pelvic curls first. So you're going to take a nice deep breath in, and as we exhale, we tip the tail and we start peeling the spine up from there. Now you're looking for the nice parallel aligned hips. You're looking for the parallel knees. You're putting the weight into your shoulders. Your back of the legs are carrying the weight of the body, and then you slowly start rolling down sequentially through the spine to go back down into your neutral position. Deep breath in there, and as we exhale, we tuck the tail and we roll up through the spine. Taking a nice deep breath at the top, and as we exhale, we slowly roll down through each part of the spine. We're just going to do 2 more over there. Deep breath in as we exhale. Tip your tail, roll the lower back into the mat. Let the tail lead the way up towards the ceiling. Remember, at the top, you've still got that little bit of that tuck in the tail. You haven't lost it at all. Working through lengthening the back and working into the abdominals and the hamstrings. On the next one, we're going to stay up there. Going to hold it at the top. Now, you keep the hips nice and square. If this one isn't for you, go back to your pelvic curls. We're going to tabletop that right leg, keeping the weight into the left leg. We're going to do 5 little taps. Inhale, tap. Exhale, lift. And tap. And lift. That's 2. And 3. Keep those hips square. And 4. And 5. We lower the leg down. We switch sides. We go left leg into tabletop. Now watch that those hips haven't dipped or dropped down. You're going to tap down on the inhale, exhale to lift. That's number 1. Number 2. Number 3. That's it. Inhale, tap, exhale, lift. Last one. You lower back down, even the weight off, hips square, and you slowly roll down through the spine. We're going to go up again. I'm taking it 1 step further. We're going to do the full shoulder bridge over here. So you're more than welcome to do the tabletop variation we just did. Otherwise, we're going to lift that leg up and straighten the leg up towards the ceiling. Now you keep it long. You send it away from the body, and then you lift it back up. So you exhale to reach and inhale to lift. That's number 2. And lift. And 3. And 4. Last one. You lift the leg, you tabletop the leg, you lower it back down. You haven't dipped in the hips at all. You haven't lost your alignment. We lift the left leg into tabletop. We straighten the leg if you want. And we go. We send it away. We lift it up. And we send. And we lift. Exhale, reach. Inhale, lift. Last 2. And lift. 1 more. And lift. We tabletop and we lower the leg back down. Even the weight off, and slowly roll down through the spine. You're going to just rest the heels on the chair from there. We're interlacing the hands behind the head. And we're just going to do a few of our chest lifts over here. So we take a nice deep breath in. The shoulders are pulling down away from the ears, elbows into your peripheral view. And as we exhale, we connect the rib cage, tummy switches on, and you curl yourself up. Pause for the breath in there, and we exhale, we lower back down. We're going to layer the abdominals. If the next one up doesn't feel like you today, you stick to the one we did before. That's it. Last 4. Exhale, lift. Hold it for the breath in. And exhale to lower back down. And then watch your pelvis as well. Watch your hips. As you curl up, you're not tucking into the tail to curl up. You're keeping your tail down. The curl is coming from the abdominals, not from the hips. Last 2. Exhale, lift. Inhale, pause. And exhale, lower. On your last one, we stay at the top. We hold that curl. Now your right leg is going to tabletop. We are going to reach the right leg away to straight, kind of over the chair, and pull it back in. So you reach the leg away and you pull it back in. You exhale, you reach. You inhale, you pull. And 4, keep the curl in the chest. And 3, watch those hips. And 2, on that last one, we keep the leg straight. We exhale, we pull the leg in. We rotate the chest towards that leg coming into tabletop. And you straighten the leg away as you bring the chest back to center. We do the same side. You pull, you rotate. You release coming back to center. And you pull, you rotate. Same leg. You're keeping that right side straightening and bending. And as the knee bends, you're rotating into a chest lift with rotation. That's it. Last 3, keep your curl. Keep those elbows wide. Don't cover your face with your arms. And 2. And 1. You're lowering back down. Lower that right leg back down. Let's switch sides. We tabletop left leg. We curl the head, the chest up, we hold it there, and we go for the bend and straighten first, and pull. Exhale, reach, inhale, bend. Keep that curl as high as you can. Remember, you're not pulling on your neck to curl you up here. Your head is secure in your hands. It's your abdominals that are holding you up. Last 2, that's it, and last 1. Hold it straight. As we pull it in, we rotate to that left knee and we center to straighten. And we rotate and we center to straighten. And we rotate. That's it. So we're going to exhale to rotate and bend and inhale to straighten coming to center. Keep your height in that curl. Last 2 and exhale. Last 1. And exhale. You come back to center. You lower the leg back down. Now we can place the feet down on the floor in front of your chair if you've got the space. Otherwise, you can just push the chair away with your feet. Just shuffle it away, out of the way a little bit. We're going to reach the arms up to the ceiling and we're going to open the arms out into a T position on the floor. If you don't have the space, you can always cactus arms if you want, rugby post arms. You bring the feet together, knees, feet touching. We tippy toes, heels lifted, and we're just going to do a little spine twist over here. We go over to the left side for the inhale first. Keep that right shoulder down. The shoulder is not lifting at all, it's anchored down. And we exhale, use the abdominals back to center. We inhale, we go over, and we exhale back to center. We're just doing 2 more each way. And exhale back to center, and inhale over, and exhale back to center. Last one each way. Inhale over. Finding that twist in the spine, into the side of the body if that's what you're feeling. And back to center. We're going to do a few in tabletop as well. So we tabletop one leg, tummy connected. We tabletop the other leg. Legs are in tabletop, legs squeezing together, and we start the left side again. We inhale, we go over. We exhale, coming back to center. And we inhale, go over. Remember, you're not wanting those knees to slide past each other at all. We've all had this discussion with the spine twist. It's all about moving everything as one unit. The legs, the hips, and the knees. One more each way. And center, finishing off to the right. And center. You lower one leg and you lower the other leg. You can just hug one knee to the chest, pull yourself up into your seated position. And I want us to bring our chair just into your space. We're going to do a little plank sequence on the elbows from here. That's it. So we're going to come onto your elbows from here on the chair. We've got the elbows aligned underneath your shoulders. And then we're just going to have the knees underneath the hips as well to set up. That's it. So we're going to reach right leg back, curl the toes under. Tummy connects on. We reach the left leg back to curl the toes under. So we're holding our plank from here. You're thinking about those shoulders, chest lifted. You're thinking about the shoulders drawing back and down. And you just think about the line of your body over here. You're holding that perfect plank. Your hips haven't dipped down too low. That's it. You can also do it in a normal plank with your hands on the floor if you'd like. So from here, we're going to slow everything down. So as we exhale, we bend the right knee, sweep the leg in towards the chair without dipping the hips down. So you're not actually dropping down as the leg pulls in. Your hips stay high. And you inhale to place it back. And then your left leg, exhale to pull. And inhale to place it back. And exhale, bend. And inhale, straighten. And you're alternating from there. Keeping the movement slow and controlled. Really digging deep into those abdominals, digging deep into those shoulder stabilizers. Let's do 2 more. And exhale, pull deep as you can. And inhale back. And exhale. We've got 1 more each way. Remember, we started right. Let's finish left. And pull. Now we're going to lower one leg down. Lower the other leg down. And just grab a quick little child's pose with the arms reaching on the chair. Just have a few deep breaths. We're going to change it up a little bit from here. So we come back into that position, set up position, 4-point kneeling position. Elbows underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We're going to reach right leg back again, curl the toes under, tummy connects on, and then you lift to go into your plank from there. Now set up again with your hips in the right place. You haven't arched into the back or dipped down in the bottom. You kind of have a little bit of a tuck in the tail as well to kind of be on the safe side. Your chest is lifted. That's it. Shoulders pulling away from the ears. Now we're going to go right knee crossed over to the left elbow. So you're kind of crossing it through the center and placing it back down. So when you take left leg over, your left hip will turn down, but your right hip hasn't gone down. So it's only like a twist in the spine almost. You're not looking for a dip in the hips. You're looking for like a tilt in the hips. And left knee to right elbow. That's it. When it's done slowly, you really find the work. Let's do 2 more each more. And center. You're really trying to pull the knee into the elbow. That's it. 1 more each way. I started right knee to left elbow. I'm going to finish left knee to right elbow. And then you come back to center, lower one leg, lower the other leg, and grab your child's pose. We've got our leg pull front left. So we're going to sit up again. Same position as before. We've got the elbows on the chair, underneath your shoulders. You've got the knees aligned underneath your hips, hip width apart. And then when you're ready, we're going to reach the right leg back, curl the toe under, tummy connects in, and you go into your plank from there. So look for that plank first. Set yourself up, shoulders down, chest lifted. We point the toes of the right foot, touching the floor, and as we exhale, we just lift it off the floor and tap it down. And exhale, lift, and tap. Last 3, and lift, and tap. And 2, keep those hips square. Last 1, curl the toes under from there. We point the toes of the left foot. Hips are still square, tummy is still working, shoulders connected. And we exhale. We inhale, we tap. And 4, and tap. And 3, and tap. 2 more, and 2, and tap. Last 1, and lift, and lower down from the leg, and then you bend the right knee, bend the left knee, and grab the child's pose from there. Give yourself that opportunity to stretch into those shoulders. Give yourself a little moment over there. Now we're going to come and sit on the chair when you're ready. Now, we're seated. We've got the hands on the edge of the chair. We're going to do a few little tricep dips over here. So we're going to have hands on the edge of the chair. The fingers are either facing forward or they can face out to the side, whichever way your wrist feels comfortable with. You've got the knees bent, feet slightly forward of the knees, and you're just going to keep the chest open, keep the collarbones broad, and just kind of slip your bottom off the edge of the chair, kind of holding that flat back, that straight back position. And then we're going to bend the elbows backwards, keeping that lift of the neck and the chest out the shoulders, and straighten the arms back out. And we go down. Don't let your bum float forward. Keep the back straight. And only go as deep as you can to where the shoulders aren't crunching up around the ears. And 3, keep the chest open. And 2, and lift. Last 1, and lift, and come and sit back down on your chair from there. We're going to keep our setup over here, only this time we're going to straighten your legs away from you. My feet are together on the mat. That's it. And then we're going to keep the long legs, keep the long arms. You're just going to kind of slip your bum forward a little bit. And then you're going to lift the hips up from there into that little open through the chest position. And then you slowly hinge the bottom back down to touch the edge of the chair. And then we go back up. We lift, connecting the tummy, holding that position, tucking the tail over there. And we inhale. Keep the chest open. Keep lifting yourself out of the arms. And we lift. And we lower. Last 2. Exhale, lift. And inhale, lower. Pause there for the last one before we do that. Lift out of your shoulders one more time. And we lift. Tummy connected. And we lower. Feet can shuffle the bottom backwards and sit on your chair. If you need a little wrist roll over here, you can interlace the fingers and just roll the wrists side to side. That's it. Now we're going to move the chair out of the way just for a little while. So you can just shuffle it out of your way, off your mat. And we are going to come back into our laying down position. We're going to do a nice little sequence here for the abdominals. So you're going to lay down when you're ready. Now, You're very aware of this different variations of the single leg stretch, the crisscross, the double leg stretch. So I'm going to do the normal variation today. If you do need to adjust, we can. I'll do a quick little modification for that. So we're going to lift each leg into tabletop from here. You've got that tabletop position. You curl the head, the chest up, both hands on the right knee. And then as you exhale, you reach the left leg away. You inhale, you switch, and you switch hands. And you exhale. And you exhale. Remember, a modification is to do toe taps. So instead of reaching the leg, you can tap the toe down and switch from there. That's a very good variation. I'm going with the full. And switch. Last 5. And switch. If you need the hands behind the head, you can. And switch. Last 3. And switch. Last 2. Tummy draws in and switch. 1 more each way and switch. Tabletop, keep your curl. Interlace the hands behind the head. Left leg reaches, rotate the chest towards the right knee. Center to bring the legs in and switch. Crisscross, elbows wide in your peripheral. Keep them nice and wide out of your face. Lift the chest to the knee, not the elbow to the knee. Keep your curl in the chest. And exhale. And exhale. Same with the toe taps if you want a variation. Instead of reaching the leg, you tap the toe. And you switch. And 5. And switch. And 4. And switch. Last 3. And switch. Last 2. And switch. 1 more. And switch. Hug the knees into the chest for a moment. Give yourself a nice little hug. We're going to do double leg stretch to complete this little sequence. So you've got the hands on the knees. All you do with yourself is you just lift the legs into tabletop, curl the head, the chest up from there. Now, double leg stretch. Inhale, reach the arms back, lengthen the legs away. Exhale, circle the arms, bend the knees. And inhale, reach. And exhale, circle. If you need the hands behind the head, you're more than welcome to just do the leg movements. And reach. And circle. Last 5. And reach. Keep your curl as the arms reach back. Don't drop down. And 4. And circle. And 3. One more. Hug the knees into the chest. And lower back down for that moment. You can reach one leg away, hug your knee in, and just rock yourself up into your seated position. Now, if you know you need your towel for your roll-ups, any kind of support underneath your lower back, you're more than welcome to set that up now. That's it. If you know you need one, if you don't need one, lucky you, you don't need to use one. We've got the arms reaching forward, palms facing each other, legs are straight and together, back is rounded, abdominals hollowed. And as we exhale, we draw the tummy in and we slowly, sequentially articulate the spine down and we lower the head, lifting the arms overhead. We lift the arms up to the ceiling. We lift the chin to the chest, reach the hands towards the feet. And we exhale, we roll ourselves back up. Finish with the shoulders aligned over the hips. Deep breath in. As we exhale, tummy connects and we slowly roll down through the spine. And we slowly reach the arms overhead. We lift the arms up, chin to chest, and you exhale. Tummy connects and you roll back up. Deep breath in at the top. As we exhale, we slowly roll down. And then we lift the arms and we curl ourselves back up. I just switched the light on. I look much better in the light than I do in the dark. Let's just do one more before we do a little bit of our neck pull. So if you're feeling like your neck pull tonight, you're more than welcome to join me. If not, you can carry on with your roll-ups if that is what you prefer. So with our neck pull, we're going to start at the bottom. So you roll down through the spine, and then you're going to interlace the hands behind the head. Legs are still straight and together. We inhale, we lift the chin to the chest. We exhale, we curl up. Remember your little cheat code if you need it. I'll show you on the next one. You roll the forehead down to the knees. You're not pulling on your neck at all. There's a little bit of pressure, but not a lot. You're not tugging on your neck with your hands. We inhale, we restack the spine from there. You're sitting up nice and tall. And then you hinge the body backwards as far as you can before the legs tip up. You curl through the spine and you lower back down. We inhale, we lift chin to chest. You've got that chest lift. If you need a little cheat code, you can reach arms forward for a split second. Hands back behind the head if you don't need them anymore. And you roll your forehead towards your knees. And then we inhale to restack the spine. Sitting up nice and tall, hinging backwards in the spine on that same breath. And we tuck the tail on the exhale and we roll back down. Let's just do one more. One more for the road. We inhale, chin to chest. We exhale, we roll up. We bring the forehead down towards the knees. Deep breath in as you restack the spine. That's it. Keeping your flat back, hinging it backwards as far as you can. Abdominals are connected. And then you tip the tail and you slowly roll back down. Now we're just going to take your towel away if you have one. I'm going to take mine away. We're going to lay back down onto our back. We're going to do a few of our 100 preps and 100s over here. So you choose your 100s variation. So we're going to start with the arms overhead. Right leg in tabletop. Left leg in tabletop. We've got our setup over here. Tummy connected, rib cage connected. We exhale, we curl head, chest up, arms reach parallel to the hips. Legs are still in tabletop. And we inhale, we slowly lower back down. We're doing the prep first. So the legs stay where they are, curling up. Really feel the flattening in those abdominals. And inhale, lowering back down. And inhale. Let's just do 3 more before we add our 100s. Exhale, curling up. And inhaling to lower back down. Remember, your variations for your 100s. Either you keep your tabletop. If you want, you can put your feet down. You can have your legs straight for the full 100s. We stay at the top. We choose your position. We can alternate between the leg positions. Breath in. And as we exhale, we go 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and halfway there. Curl a little higher. Last 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Hug the knees into your chest and lower back down. You can rock from side to side if you need to. And then we're just going to hug one into the chest and curl yourself up from there. Now, I'm going to do our side plank, our side bend, and our side twist, and I'm going to do them twice, 2 sets of each, and I'm going to do each variation, one on the elbow, and my second set is going to be on my hand. So you can choose which position you want to do. Elbow is a little bit easier on the wrists, and the hand position just kind of allows you to obviously explore your more advanced side. So we're going to have the legs straight, and I want your top leg in front of your bottom leg. So they're not stacked today. We're actually going to keep them in that setup. You've got your elbow underneath your shoulder, and you're one long line from your head to your hips to your feet. So you're one straight line. We're going to think about lifting out of that armpit for me there, so you're not chilling on the beach. You're in your Pilates class at home. And then we're going to lift the hips up to reach the top hand to the ceiling. And then we slowly lower back down as the hand comes back down. We lift out of that armpit. We lift the hips, we reach the arm. That's it, long line. Shoulder is working. And you're supporting from that bottom side. On this third one, we're going to stay at the top. We hold it there. Now you're going to reach the top arm over as the hips come a little higher. Look down towards that bottom elbow. And then you slowly bring yourself back into your plank. So you're lifting the hips up, rounding into the bottom, connecting into the bottom side, opening in the top side, and coming back to center. One more. And up and over. Look towards your elbow on the floor. And coming back down and lower back down from there. We're going to add the twist variation as well. If these ones aren't your cup of tea tonight, just do your normal side planks. Just the lift to the lower. We go up into that plank position. The top arm is going to come underneath your bottom armpit. Look towards the other side and bring it back to center. And we go through. There we go. And we come back to center. One more. And we go through. And we come back to center. And we lower back down from there. Beautiful way to switch over. Kick your legs forward, sitting up nice and tall. And take them off to the other side from there. Same setup. We've got the feet, top leg in front of the bottom leg. Got the legs straight. You've got the shoulder over that elbow and the bottom. Body is straight and long, and we're going to go just for the plank lifts first. So we reach the hips up as we lift the arm, and you slowly lower back down as the hand meets the hip. And we lift. Number 2, really connect into that bottom armpit, bottom shoulder. On your third one, we're staying there. We lift and we hold. We go into side bend. We lift the hips up as high as you can as you take the arm over. And you come back to center. 2 more. And you lift. And you come back to center. Last one. Lift those hips to the ceiling as high as you can and come back to center and slowly lower back down. Let's add the twist to put the cherry on top. We connect into that armpit, we lift the hips up, we lift the arm up. We're going to go underneath that bottom arm and back to center. And go underneath and center. One more. And underneath. And center and lower back down. Come back into your seated position. Give yourself a little shoulder roll from there. Because we're going to repeat this sequence again. A lot of upper body work tonight. Switch the direction, going the other way. Now I'm going to do the step up variation next. If the elbow variation, like I just did, feels more comfortable for you, perfectly fine. You can do that variation. So I'm going to do full variation from here. So I'm going to go into our little lifts first, and then I'll do side bends and side twists. We'll have breaks in between. So set up for this one. Your hand is slightly forward of your shoulder, kind of like an A-frame in the body, your trunk and your arm. Top leg is in front of the bottom leg, and your knees are slightly bent in this setup from here. So we're going to reach the arm along on the hip, and then when we're ready, as we lift the hip up, we straighten the legs from there. And then we lower back down as the knees bend back down to that start position. Last two. And we lift to reach, and we slowly lower back down. We're going to stay there on the next one. We stay up. We're going to lift the hips to the ceiling, look towards the bottom hand, top hand is going over, and you come back to center, and you lower back down. We go two more. We lift, energy in the body. We bend, reach the hips up to the ceiling, create a rainbow shape in your body, and center, and slowly back down. One more, and up, legs straight, hips up to the ceiling, and center, and lower back down. We've got the twist left. Whew. Let's do the twist. We're going to do 3 of the twist as well. So now it's going to be exactly the same as the twist on the elbow. We're going to lift up into your plank. You're going to lift your bum towards the ceiling as you slice your arm through towards that back leg. And then we're going to bring ourselves back into the plank. I've got 2 more left. Catch up with me. And we go. Bending through. The bum lifts up. Flatten that back. Hips up to the ceiling. And we come back to center. Last one. And we bend through. And we come back to center. And we slowly lower back down. Hope everyone is still with me. Can we switch sides? You just swing the legs over. Remember, if the next one up is too hard, either stick to the one that we were doing before, or do something else. Keep moving. Try not to sit still if an exercise is too challenging for you. Same setup over here. We've got the knees bent, top foot in front of bottom foot. Hand is forward of the shoulder. You've got that A frame in the arm and the trunk. Arm reaching long. Now we're going to go into that side plank first. As we lift up, we straighten the legs, and then we slowly lower back down. We lift up, we straighten the legs. If the wrist is too much, if it's too much strain, go to your elbow. One more, we stay up there. We lift, we're going to go into the side bend, and we lift the hips, bring the top arm around, look towards your hand, and center, and lower back down. Very good. 2 more. And lift, and reach, and center, and coming back down. 1 more. We're almost there. And lift. Keep trying. And over, and center, and back down. We've got twists left. I'm just going to do 3 twists over here. We're going to find our lift. Then we're going to think about lifting the bottom up towards the ceiling, reaching the hand towards the back leg, and we come back to center. 2 more. And we lift and we reach, and we come back to center. Last one. And we lift and we reach, and we come back to center, and we slowly lower back down from there. Whew, okay. I promise we're done with all the tough ones. We're just going to do a few shoulder rolls again. If you were on your wrists, you're more than welcome to do a little roll for the wrist as well. Weight bearing through 2 wrists is bad enough, and I made you weight bear through 1 wrist. I'm sorry.
That's it. Now, from here, we're going to do a little bit of our back extension. So I want to do a little bit of our slow swimming and a little bit of our normal swimming as well. So I'm going to use my towel that I have handy here, just for my forehead to rest on. You can always fold your mat up if you'd like underneath your forehead, or you can just put the forehead on the mat if you like. We're going to come and lay down onto the front of the body from here. You're going to have your forehead resting on the towel so that your nose has space to breathe. And we're going to lift the arms up overhead from there. So your hands are just wider than your shoulders. I don't want them narrow. I want them outside your shoulder width. Now we're going to think about the shoulders pulling back and down, the tummy connecting in and up. And then we're starting with the slow one first. So we're going to start with the left arm, right leg lifting off, and then lowering back down. Left arm, right leg. And remember, it's not so much about height with this one. It's more so about the precision. You're not wanting to rock in the hips from side to side as you switch your arm and your leg position. And you're also just trying to find a position where you kind of encourage the shoulders to stay down away from the ears, as well as the tummy supporting the lower back in that position. Now, if you feel like this is your level tonight, you can stick to this one. I'm going to do my full swimming, and your full swimming has the hundreds breathing as well. So I'm going to use the breathing and the duration as well. So we float the legs off the floor. The head, the chest float off, the arms float off. We take a breath in, and as we exhale, we do those little alternations between the arms and the legs. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Check in with those shoulders. Check in with your tummy. And check that you're still doing opposite arm and opposite leg. 4 more to go. 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And lower back down from there. We're going to push into a quick little child's pose. And just find a position that's comfortable for you. Your arms can be reaching forward if they like. They can be reaching behind you if they'd like. You can have your knees together. You can have your knees apart. Whichever variation you know you like. Now, from here, guys, I am going to grab my long pole. So remember, you can either have a normal long pole. If you have one somewhere in your house, you can have a broomstick, you can have a theraband, you can have a long scarf, anything that will aid you in this next stretch sequence. So I would suggest that you come into your standing position for me, please. Everyone can stand. I'm going to stay down on my knees because I can't stand without the camera cutting my head out. So we've got our piece, in my instance, my pole over here. You want it just outside shoulder width apart. So it's not too narrow. You're quite wider than shoulders. And then we're going to inhale to lift the arms overhead. Think about the neck alignment. Think about the shoulder connection. And then we bend the elbows to bring the pole down towards your head. Pull the shoulder blades down. You straighten the arms away and you bring the pole forward. Same with this one, guys. I'm layering it a little bit. So if you feel that the next one up is not for you, then don't do it. Just do the one I did before. And then we inhale, we lift the arms. Check those shoulders. Watch that you haven't pushed your neck forward at all. You're trying to keep that alignment. You bend the elbows, you straighten them, and you bring it back down. Let's just do 2 more over here. And up and over, shoulder blades connected, bending them. Pull that piece apart. That's it. Really get those shoulders connected. Last one. And up, bending the elbows, and straighten, and bringing it back down. Now this next one is going to be the overhead stretch. So I would suggest that you go as wide as you can go, wider than you just went, and then you can adjust as you go along. So I'm going to reach my arms backwards, keeping my arms, my wrists firm. I'm going to reach my arms behind me. Yeah, so take the hands wider if the shoulders are not flexible enough. And then you lift the arms up and bring the pole back in front. A theraband is nice with this one because a theraband kind of adjusts with your shoulder flexibility. If you've got a pole like I do, it is a bit more challenging in terms of keeping the hands in one place. So you're lifting up and reaching over, and you're coming back and forward. This one isn't for you, don't do it. I know that this one can be an extreme range for some people. Can I just do 2 more, please? Just 2 more on your own time. And we go up on the inhale, reaching the arms back and bringing it back up from there. Last one. And we go up and over, and we come back and forward. Very good. Now, I've got a variation for you if you have a theraband. If you've got a theraband, you're going to keep holding it with your hands, and you're actually just going to reach the arms up. If you've got a pole, you can rest it on your shoulders and let the arms lengthen away. So whichever one you have. And then we're going to go over to the right side first. Inhaling to go over. Your feet can stand a bit wider if you'd like to give you a bit more stability. And then back to center. And then going over the other way. Now remember, if you've got a pole, the pole is quite, well, it's solid, so it's not allowing your arms to do funny things. But if you've got your foam, your theraband, when you go over, watch that your hands or your arms aren't actually going further than your body's going. You want to move everything as one. And we're just doing 1 more each way. That's it, finishing off to the other side. If you've got the theraband, you can hold it in that position. Otherwise, you can always hold it forward of you as well if your shoulders aren't loving that up position. And we're going to do a few of our twists here. We go to the right side for 2 pulses. 1, 2, and back to center. And go the other way. 1, 2, and back to center. Now remember, if you're standing, your hips are going to want to be moving with you. Keep your hips still. Keep your hips square. A little tip that I like to use sometimes is as I twist to the right, I push my right hip forward. And then I come to center. As I twist to the left, I push my left hip forward for 2 pulses. And that kind of negates that movement in the hips. 1 more each way. Finishing to the other side. And come back to center from here. You can put your pole or your theraband down. I'm going to ask you for this last part to bring your chair back into your frame. And we're going to come down into a seated position from here. We're going to do a little bit of our stretches from here. So you're sitting on your chair. You can sit on your couch, a little stool, a little bench, wherever you can find a seat. Now we want to be sitting up nice and tall. I'm just turning side on to show you my posture. And then we're going to fold the right foot over the left thigh. So let's just start with a little glute stretch first. So you've got your hand on your knee, hand on your foot. You keep your flat back and you're trying to open that knee as much as possible first. If that doesn't give you an intense enough stretch in your hip or your glute, you keep your flat back and you hinge forward till where you find that stretch. If you keep your flat back, the stretch should come in quite quickly. But if you round your back, the stretch won't be as intense. So you really want to kind of think about your tail reaching away and your back being as straight as possible. And just take a few deep breaths over here. And with each breath, you're just trying to accept the stretch that little bit more. Kind of let your glute and your hip give in to that stretch. And then when you're ready, you can slowly come up and switch sides from there. So you've got your left foot folding over your right thigh. You're sitting up nice and tall, hand on knee, hand on foot. Sitting up tall. If that doesn't give you enough of a stretch, you keep your flat back and you hinge forward to look for that stretch. My left side is much tighter than my right side, so I find this one quite easily compared to my right side. And just take a few deep breaths over there. Same on this side, trying to kind of relax into that stretch and slow yourself down before you go to bed tonight. And then you can slowly come back up from there. Now the next stretch from here, guys, we're going to shuffle the bottom forward just a little bit more. And I'm going to turn to my right side first. So you kind of want to sit side onto the chair. So my right glute and thigh is resting on my chair, whereas my left glute and my left leg is kind of off the edge of the chair. So what we want to do is we want to take that left leg and straighten it behind us as much as we can. I'm on my toes curled under position. Now in here, it's like a lunge stretch on the reformer almost. You're just using the chair over here. So you want to think about your body in this position, your trunk. So you're thinking about the tummy pulling in and up. You kind of want to encourage the tail to tuck forwards, like you're doing a pelvic curl. And once you do that, it really opens the thigh on that left side. I'm straightening my knee as much as I can as well. So it really is encouraging that stretch. If you need to soften your knee to deepen that tuck in the tail, be my guest. Look for that stretch. That left arm matching the left leg is going to lift up towards the ceiling, and you're going to lean the body over towards the back of the chair. So you're opening that hip a little bit more, thinking about that stretch into the thigh, into the hip flexor, just looking for that length. So you're reaching your left leg behind you, energy backwards, and you're reaching your left arm up and away to the top corner of your ceiling, looking for that length. And then you slowly bring yourself back and pull your leg back in. Let's change sides. So we just turn around the other way. I'm sitting with my left glute, left thigh on the chair. You're going to reach your right leg backwards behind you. Tummy pulling in and up. Tail curling forward like a pelvic curl. Looking for that stretch into your thigh. Opening that hip in the front. Remember, you're not trying to overload your lower back. So really think about that position as well. You're not trying to let the stomach hang forward and relaxing there. You're trying to keep that nice and firm and supported. You reach the right arm up to the ceiling. And then you reach over to the back of the chair towards your left side. And you look for that stretch over there. And you take a few deep breaths. Reach energy in that right leg behind you. Reach energy in that right arm going up and away. Look for that length. And then we slowly come back out of that position. We've got 2 more stretches left for this evening. We're going to come up into your standing position from here. Now, if you need a little bit of support from the chair in your standing upright position, you can always stand side onto the chair holding the back of the chair. Otherwise, if you don't need it, you don't have to use it. We're going to straighten the right leg on the chair. Heel is on it and your foot is flexing up. Have a look at your body first. You're in your square position. Leg is straight, back is straight. You're looking for your hamstring stretch. If you need to increase it, you keep your flat back and you hinge forward from there. So you're looking for that hamstring stretch. If your toes are flexing up towards the ceiling, it will be a really good calf stretch as well. Really nice one. Keeping that flat back, checking in with those hips, and taking a few deep breaths over here. Now we're going to keep that foot on the chair. All we're going to do is we're going to come back into upright and turn your trunk to face forward towards your screen if you're facing this way, which means my standing foot is also facing forward now. You can put your hand on the chair if you need the balance, and then you're going to reach that opposite arm. I've got my right foot on the chair, so my left arm is reaching up and over towards my right leg, and it gives you a little bit of that inner thigh stretch as well. Just go to where you can. And it's also a really lovely stretch into the side of the body as well, that left side. There we go. And then we slowly come back. We're going to switch legs. You're more than welcome to switch sides, or you can stay the same side and use your left leg on the chair. I'm just changing sides because I don't want my back to face to you at all. So you've set yourself up. You've got your left foot on the chair, leg is straight, back is straight. Holding chair if you need support, otherwise hands can be on your hips, and you're going to hinge forward for your hamstring stretch from there. So you're looking for that hamstring stretch first. Keeping your flat back, kind of poking your tail out behind you, stick the bottom out behind you, taking a few deep breaths. Keeping those toes up towards the ceiling. And then you keep the foot where it is. You come back into upright. You just turn your standing foot facing forward so that your body is facing forward. You've got that leg in the same position, and then you're just going to take your right arm and reach up and over for that lovely inner thigh stretch. Taking a few deep breaths over here.
Thank you. I've got to go feed my children.
Thank you for joining us.
See you next time. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
And then you can slowly help yourself out of that position. And we are done, guys.